Why hello there, and happy what is hopefully a slow end to winter. The sun is out, we're feeling good, we're trying to stay positive despite everything that's going on in the world, and we're just here for like a cozy little planning session. If you're new here, I'm Carla. I post content about my life abroad in London, cozy vlogs about the little crochet projects I'm doing, as well as cultural commentary about my favorite topics like sustainable fashion and internet culture. If you're interested in joining this wholesome little community, please do subscribe. We've recently hit 4,500 subscribers, which I'm so grateful for. So if you want to join, please do. And I'm always down to chat in the comments. I love responding to people there. Okay, I don't know what happened to my footage, but me talking about my February goals just got completely wiped out. So really quick, the goals that I set for February were to finish 2 to 3 crochet projects, which I did. My crochet cardigan, which I have a whole vlog about, and then the scrunchie that's like on my wrist and then in my hair throughout this video. The goal I did not achieve was finishing East of Eden by John Steinbeck. I am like 70% of the way done, and February is a short month, and the book is like over 700 pages, so I don't think it's going to be finished in February. I'll finish it as soon as I can, hopefully on my flight back to London, since that's a long flight. And finally, I want to work on cutting down one of my YouTube videos into short form content, just because I feel like that's something I should do if I want to continue creating content. I did achieve this goal, and I practiced twice. I don't really like either video that much, but I think it's because the vlog that I was editing from is not one of my favorite vlogs. Like, I was not feeling good. It was super dark and gloomy and just wasn't a vibe. Anyways, let's get back into the video. My top priorities for February were family time. I've had 2 weeks in Guatemala, where my mom is from, so I got to spend some time with extended family there, just like a couple of people. And then 2 weeks in Chicago, where I'm from, with my parents. And it's been such a nice time, and I'm excited to come back, hopefully in the summer. My next priority was rest. I don't know if I feel like insanely well rested, but I definitely did rest a lot because I had 2 weeks of actual holiday in Guatemala where I wasn't working at all. And I am working here, but of course it's like very chill vibes, just chilling with family. My third priority was skin and hair. I think I've been taking care of my skin and hair, definitely more than I do normally, but there are things that I don't have with me during my travels that I want to make sure I'm using when I get back to London. New habits I want to develop this month, sort of similar to the skin and hair, were self-care, because I was not doing enough of that. And I've been gua shaing, and of course I'm not saying gua sha is like going to solve all of your problems and make you look snatched in like one day, but it makes me feel good. I find it relaxing, and I've been prioritizing that, so I would say self-care is up there. In that same vein, drinking more water, because I realized I really wasn't drinking enough water, and I've been drinking out of these big cups, multiples of these big cups every single day while I've been in Chicago, so I definitely have been drinking more water. We're seeing very much like a wellness self-care theme, but I also want to build the habit of going on neighborhood walks. Obviously, since I live in Europe, I'm used to being in more walkable areas for the most part, and that's not really a thing here, especially when it's so cold in the Midwest. Thankfully, it's warming up now, but it was freezing, below freezing, just a few days ago. But still, my mom and I have made it a priority to go on little walks, and that's been so nice. Just getting those steps in, and I definitely want to prioritize just going on walks for fun in London as opposed to like walking to places, just like to go clear your mind a bit, And finally, the last habit I want to develop, which didn't fully work, was daily language practice, but March is gonna be the month for that. Technically, I was speaking Spanish every single day for 2 weeks while I was in Guatemala, so that was built-in daily language practice. And since I've been in Chicago, I've done, my Duolingo, listened to some French podcasts. Definitely have not done it every day, and yeah, so I can't check that one off. That's the only one I can't check off though, which I think I should be proud of. And finally, I want to rapid fire through my to-do list for February, and everything here is checked off as well. Posting my film on Insta, that is like over a year old. That's on my film account, which is really just like my personal account. My real account is at carlascalling, like all of my socials. Next was to choose my next big crochet project. Obviously, I want to make stuff like scrunchies. I want to make Foley mohair versions, different colors, but I want my next big project to be the Eternal Seasons cardigan, which I talked about in my roundup of cool girl crochet patterns, and I'm really excited to make that. And it'll be the first time in a while that I pay for a pattern. I also want to check out the Maker's Lab at my childhood library, and it is so amazing. It was in this vlog. I went there, just like showed a few clips of it, but they have so many things there to make, like, I don't know, to like engrave your thermos, or to engrave a chopping board, or to press a design on a mug or a hat, 3D printers, all of this insane stuff. Like, that is such a privilege to have that access, and I feel really grateful for that. So I did check that out twice, and the second time I went, I made a little mug, which I want to maybe eventually make into merch. Even though I'm a small YouTuber, merch could be fun. Merch could be fun. My next to-do item was to meal prep a bit. I want to do that because I don't eat meat, my parents do, and sometimes, like, I don't know, when there's too many people in the kitchen and like you don't know what you want to eat, it's already stressful, and then especially when you're not all eating the same thing. I want to do that for myself. I did it a bit. My mom helped by like making black beans and keeping them in the fridge, like making extra so I'd have them for multiple days, stuff like that. So we did that. And finally, on my to-do list was to see some home friends. I have 2 friends that are still in the Midwest. One is really close by to me, and the other is up in Wisconsin. She drove down to see me, and I'm seeing the other friend in 2 days, and I'm so excited because such a treat. I was here in Christmas, and I wasn't expecting to be back this soon, but I'm back, and it's just so nice to like see my friends and catch up in person, even though we do stay in contact like through text and social media all the time. Okay, so I would say that February was a success, but now let's move on to planning for March. Okay, we're back. This page isn't completely filled out because I can't think of what I want my final goal to be, because I like to set 3 goals each month, but maybe it'll come to us while we're chatting. Also, if you're watching this part of the video, comment some sort of flower emoji because I really need the positive spring vibes and something to look forward to with the warmer weather and all of that. So let's sort of manifest that in the comments. Also, I'm going to put this in my hair. Cute. Okay, let's chat about March. So something that I don't really talk about on my channel that much is how much I love learning languages. I'm Latina. My parents speak Spanish. My Spanish is decent, and I speak French pretty well. And I used to be what I would say was like close to fluent, or at least like as fluent as I could be at that point when I was living in Paris. I've definitely lost some of my French skills. It comes back when I'm in a French-speaking place or when I practice, but I don't want to lose it, and same with Spanish, so I want to continue learning these languages and also make some content around it. So if you're interested in languages, let me know. I do have one video from a year ago, I think, of me speaking French for 24 hours in Paris that has like some views on it. I think people start to watch it like a while after I posted it, like months later. But yeah, so clearly some people are interested, but I don't think that like that's what you are mainly interested in. But who knows, maybe I can find a way to incorporate that because it'll be an easier way for me to practice, but also it's fun and I love like seeing other people do it online. So yeah, the specific goal here is to get feedback on these language videos, not to just make them and like put them out there for no reason. I want to hopefully hear things from people who see my videos and like what they think about it. Good or bad. My next goal is to reach 30 push-ups in a row without any breaks. Currently, I can do 20, 21, and I have like this like push-up challenge where I like try to do push-ups every day, maybe like 2 days of a break. And I did that for a while and I went from like 5 to 20 push-ups and kind of stopped because I was like 20 push-ups is good. I just want to like build up my strength again. And I've decided to start it up because I saw some girl on TikTok who's like, you wouldn't even necessarily look at her and be like, oh wow, she can do a lot of push-ups. But she was like, the only workout I do every day is I do like 100 push-ups and walk a bunch, which I'm not saying that like that's what I want to do or that I don't want to do any exercise but push-ups and walking. But she kind of just inspired me to do more push-ups. Okay, and like I said, I can't think of a third goal right now, and I don't like to just write anything because I don't think that's helpful for myself to just be like, and I guess I also want to achieve blank. And it's like, I'm just trying to think of something for the video that's not inspiring to me, and I don't think it sets you up for success either. And I feel the same way about priorities, so I've only written down 2 priorities so far. The first one is planning for fall, because I'm going to have some big life changes in the fall. I won't talk about it yet, not that you probably even care that much, but I have to do a lot of planning for that. Next priority is wellness. You might have noticed when I was talking about February, so many of like the habits and goals and stuff were really wellness focused. Things like sleeping, sleep hygiene, dental hygiene, exercising, eating well, drinking less alcohol, all of that stuff. Those are things that I want to prioritize, and I feel like I do. But, you know, sometimes you get that spark where you're like, yeah, I really want to focus on that. And that's definitely one of my priorities for the month. Talked about this before, and I just want to say it again because I feel like it is helpful and maybe it'll help you. But how I see the difference between goals and priorities is priorities are like overarching themes that like you want to constantly have in the back of your mind when you're going about your day, or your week, or when you're making plans, or when you're, I don't know, working, or just hanging out with friends. So if a theme is wellness, like your priority is wellness, maybe you go on a hike with your friends, or you go bike riding, or you try out a new workout class together, or maybe even just like go to a restaurant and you choose a healthier option and like chat about things that are making you both feel good. Whereas goals, I see as like tangible things you can achieve, like a result, 30 push-ups. Obviously that ties into wellness, but I'm saying I want to achieve being able to do 30 push-ups. I want to be able to say like, yes, I did that. Or in the past, I've had like subscriber goals, which I'm tempted to put that as a third goal this month, but I can't tell if it's because I like truly want to work towards that, or if it's just because I'm like, yeah, that's an easy thing to write down. Do you see what I mean? Anyways, I don't have another priority for March. I think in general, it's just going to be like relaxation, but also getting some of my shit together. New habits I want to work towards this month in March are to go on walks, just to walk. I get my 10,000 steps a day in London, like pretty consistently, but usually on my walking pad. And then on the weekends, I'm like out and about. So I typically reach that just like without thinking about it. But especially as the weather's getting nicer, I'd think like a walk in a park nearby just to like get some vitamin D. You get what I'm saying? Like a walk to clear my head as opposed to I'm going here, so I'm going to walk and get some steps in. Maybe bring a homemade iced matcha with me. That sort of thing. Next is daily language practice. This was a habit I wanted to work on last month. Didn't fully achieve it, but definitely want to do that in March. Next is to get back to using my weights 2 to 3 times per week. Self-explanatory. Just want to be stronger. And then journaling. And this is kind of cheating because I've been really good about doing my 1 line a day journal, and I want to keep that up, but also just like journaling in general has helped me so much since 2025 started, because it's been a year so far. So I just want to make sure that that's a habit for me, and it keeps me from like scrolling and doing other things that don't help me, like when I'm putting my thoughts on paper. It's such a better distraction than being on my phone. And finally, let's rapid fire through my to-do list for March. 1 is to book my next trip home because I know that I want to come back in the summer. 2nd is to work on summer whips. I have, I think 2, maybe there's 3, but I know that there's definitely 2 crochet whips for the summertime that I have that I might as well get on them now so that I can actually wear them this summer. And they're things that are like basically finished. So I don't want to leave them and then procrastinate and then I'm still not wearing them this summer again. Next is to make a dopamine menu. I want to like actually make a physical menu and make it super cute. I'll probably make a video about that, but I think that'll be really fun. And it's an idea I had this past month, but with traveling and stuff, it just like wouldn't work out because I want to get it printed and like laminated. Next, I wrote some friends' initials who I want to see in London since I'm going to be back and haven't been there in a hot sec. And then I'm in this editing course that I think started like a couple weeks ago, but again, because I've been traveling, just have not had time, so I want to work on that. And then because I moved in January, hang up some photos and art. That's like the only thing we have left to do, so I'm excited to do that and make it feel a bit homier. But to be fair, it already feels like home, you know. I'm very, very grateful to be in that new place. Anyways, I think that's it for March. We are all planned for this first month of spring, dare I call it. Daylight savings is happening soon. Anyways, brighter days to come. I hope you're doing well, and I hope this video inspired you to just plan for a wholesome, healthy, productive, relaxing month of March, or whatever you want the month to be. Leave your comments down below if you have any questions, if you want to share any of your goals, if you have any advice to give to me or to others who might read your comment. I'll be chatting with people down there. As always, thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!